Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chargers and the Buccaneers coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kick off of what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion LA Chargers taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at these LA Chargers, champions of the AFC, making just their second Super Bowl appearance. And first, of course, since the move back to Los Angeles. And coincidentally, trying to be the second consecutive LA team to win a title.
And they are certainly hoping that this game works out better than their first Super Bowl appearance, a 23-point loss to San Francisco in Super Bowl 29.
Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's just absolutely astonishing that they'd be back a second time in 3 years. Tom Brady at it again, 3 seasons in Tampa, 2 Super Bowl appearances, and I think we can officially say the decision to unretire, probably a pretty good one.
Brandon, he must have really been invigorated by those 40 days he was retired. I think you and I need to try that as well. Amazing how one guy can completely change the culture and path of an entire franchise. But let's be clear, this has been a team effort to get them back here.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
How about this for perspective about what Herbert has done this season? The last time the Chargers were in the Super Bowl, he hadn't even been born yet. Now in only his 3rd season, the kid from Oregon has taken the Chargers over the hump and into Super Bowl Sunday.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
Tampa Bay coming out along with a man who needs no introduction, the great Tom Brady. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Brady He'll try again on second down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run for the first time with Keyshawn Vaughn. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Brady gives this one to Vaughn. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. So Brady departs, and on is Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Succop's kick is good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Chargers getting set to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
1 quarter done, 3 more to play here at Super Bowl 57. And we are back and ready to go for the 2nd quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. On 2nd down and 4, Herbert. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That was Carl Nassib working his way through and sticking him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Herbert. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
They snap it to Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. It's Eckler again. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 39. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive. And the ball pops out. Vaughn fumbled it. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the draw, it's Vaughn. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
LA readies for its next possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Extra point put through by Succo, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Here's Herbert. Dancing to his left. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
He's got this to Williams, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 34-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Herbert throwing again. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs will take over here just shy of the 30. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
On 2nd and 10, Brady. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Khalil Mack, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you guys.
One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. And through one half at least, this Super Bowl has been everything it was cracked up to be. All tied. What's your key for them, Charles, in the second half?
Simplicity, partner, because in the Super Bowl, with the extra time at halftime, I think some staffs get caught up in trying to design too many things. It's all tied up. They have to remember what they did to get here, put that back into play here in the second half, and I think they'll be all right.
His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go, and let's see who's faster.
Brady's throw there complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now Brady again. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second? And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Keyshawn Vaughn. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running behind center, Vaughn. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Brady. He completes it to Evans. Touchdown! Mike Evans. 27 yards. And the Buccaneers will extend their third-quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead now up to 14. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. To try again after the sack. Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. They'll begin on the ground here with Vaughn. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. staying on the ground with Vaughn. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy. And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. On play action, it's Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Brady. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. That is caught. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 50, here's Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead, 4th quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady. And a catch right side by Evans. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. To throw is Brady. And he can't bring it in. Incomplete. He dropped it on the crossing route. 4th down now. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. And now they're in the hurry-up. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. And this is caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Herbert back to the air. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Sean Murphy Bunting. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yards.
The challenge flag is out. Todd Bowles not pleased with the ruling on the field, and he's going to ask the officials to take another look. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So Todd Bowles had it right, and he wins the challenge. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. On the return, Carter. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Herbert and the Chargers down by 2 touchdowns. A little over a minute to go. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Herbert. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Herbert. Williams brings it in. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. Herbert to throw. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So that drive goes 8 plays. And Austin Eckler capped it off with the touchdown reception. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl, and they will hoist the Lombardi Trophy to cap an amazing season. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.